Good morning, Wolfpack. Today is Tuesday and it is December 1st. Man, how the year is already flying by in such a new, unique year for us. So a couple of quick updates about our live school points. One, taking a look at the house points here in the corner. 9th grade is still in the lead. Now, while I was watching these on Monday, 10th grade actually got within a few hundred points, close to overtaking 9th grade. So there are several moments throughout the day where their grade levels are battling back and forth. So keep that up. 11th grade, I'd say we got to show up a little bit more and start earning more of those points. Again, work with your teachers and ask them, like, what could you work on for that day? What can you do to help you get more of those live school points? As a reminder, this Friday will be the first chance to purchase using your live school store dollars that you've earned. And then next week on the 11th will be the final day for this first semester. We'll obviously have more options and opportunities to do this in the second semester when we get back from winter break. Following the 11th, we're gonna have a live raffle that we'll send the link out for, where we will pull the names out of essentially a hat, but a digital hat, to determine who's gonna get the iPad, the Nintendo Switch, etc. So stay tuned for those details that are forthcoming. A couple quick updates, and then we'll talk about the meteor section today with the MAP assessment. So first, reminder that 9th graders, some of you are going on job shadowing this Friday. If needed, you can work with your advisory teacher in order to have your live school store purchase the following week on one of the advisory days. That is perfectly fine for the advisories that are going out for job shadowing, but only those advisories. Next, reminder to submit selfies. Today is the day to do that. So in advisory, make sure you take some time to take that link and submit a selfie of yourself that is school appropriate. Also, they are linked below in the Parent Square message that goes out below the video, so you can also click on those links and submit it yourself as well. Okay, so the key chunk here is that on December 4th, Friday, and December 11th, which is also the following Friday, in the morning we are going to be completing our winter administration of the MAP assessment. Now, during this time, it is super important, parents and students, that we take this testing seriously. We're gonna be instituting some new events in January to help both parents and students understand their data. Advisory teachers are going to be breaking down data for almost an entire week with their students when we get back in January. And parents, we're also gonna be holding after-school events where you're gonna be able to get a chance to ask questions about this data, and we're gonna go over how to look and read the data and to better understand that data so you understand where your child is. Now, this assessment is really important because this year we really don't know where assessments are going to stand for the rest of the year. And we know that these give us an idea as to where students are in their development and trajectory for growth. Now, the MAP assessment is different because the questions change difficulty based upon how your student performs on the MAP assessment. Now, these changes help us better determine where your student is in grade level attainment for both reading and math. So it is important that they try their hardest and they use all of the time allotted. Now, as you can see here, we had several instances during the fall administration of students skipping questions. And right now we have over 1,000 questions that were skipped during the fall administration. And our core goal during this winter administration is to provide space for students to really take their time on the assessment and also not feel like they have to rapid guess through most or all of the tests as well. So you're gonna see it happen because we have opened up Friday in the morning for students to work 9:30 to about 12:30 at the start of advisory solely on just their MAP assessment as well. Now, during this time, there's a couple different incentive pieces that are going to be relayed to students. So first, we're going to be using the live school points. There is a MAP button specifically in there, and as students are on Go Guardian and they're working diligently, teachers are going to be checking in via the chat box. The teachers are going to be checking in additionally throughout, and then during that time, what's going to happen is they're going to just pile up a lot of those live school points as they focus and work out problems on paper, as they take time to read and annotate, as they take time to go through things. Those are all options to achieve more live school points. Additionally, we're going to look for a way to reward students for their focus in the grade book. So again, our MAP our map assessment that will be included in gradebooks for literacy and math are going to be solely focused on providing students an additional kind of bonus in the gradebook for focusing and taking the map seriously. So what this means is that the student should take the majority of the time allotted to them and not show up on the rapid guessing list, which means we can't just click through the questions. If those two things happen, our teachers are going to be rewarding those students in the gradebook as well. As a reminder, this is only going to be 9th through 11th grade, so seniors, you're not going to be taking the map. You're going to be focusing on applications and financial aid, as well as reflecting on key issues that might be happening in your transcript on Fridays during the 4th and the 11th. Now, parents, there's some things we can do to help our high school students prepare for this. One, if possible, if you have another family member that could potentially watch younger children, that would be a helpful point in the day so that the high school student can solely focus on their map assessment. Additionally, what we want our high school students doing if they are needing to help their elementary student is to really focus on how do you contact your teacher and how do you contact your school, and then having them kind of do that quickly rather than sitting down and providing technical help or instructional help on the map assessment. So keep that in mind. We want some quick help, and then we can get our students back to the test as well. So think about space as well. So we want our students to have as quiet space as possible. We want students to have a comfortable space to test. So if you can help the students identify that space in the house and kind of work towards those will be ways to also help. Additionally, the letter is posted below in both English and Spanish that also provides tips at the bottom for some things you guys can do as a family to kind of help provide an environment for the student to perform their best on this assessment. Okay, and in closing for today on Tuesday, December 1st, I want to remind everybody to stay safe. Remember, we need to mask up and socially distance. If we continue doing those things, we're going to help keep the numbers down during this pandemic and eventually really work towards collectively getting back together in person as things improve across the state and the country. But what I ask of all of us is to really be that accountable neighbor that is going to keep wearing our masks and keep staying socially distanced in order to help everybody survive and thrive during this time. So Wolfpack, again, reminder, do the small things, focus on your big goals. We want to show up on time with our cameras on, participate and do the work. Starting to see a lot of changes from many of you, which is super exciting, and can't wait to see how we end this semester. So thank you guys again. Have a great Tuesday.